Hello gorgeous people who love the scraps. Far from Australia. Lovely to see you guys again. Today I'll be sharing with you all a design team package from Craftsupplies1 on Etsy. I've received this package I think November of last year, but I've been so busy and just haven't been able to even upload the video or do a project for Craftsupplies1 at all. So I do apologize, Julie, and I've already messaged Julie because from September onwards I'm always really busy with my farm, and around about March it slows down for autumn and winter here. So I've only got a couple of months left and then I'll be flat busy again with the farm. But this year I'll take it, you know, one day at a time, and I'm looking forward to be sharing my farm with you guys also. Last year I was really busy and just wasn't organized, and I have pictures everywhere and I have videos everywhere and stuff like that. So this year I'm going to try and be organized and share with you guys what we do at the farm and what kind of veggies we grow and stuff like that. So I look forward to that from September onwards. So, but anyways, today I'm going to share with you guys the DT package that I received from Julie last year, like I mentioned, and big apologies to Julie, like I mentioned, over and over again. And I've promised Julie, even though I'm not designing for her currently, because I designed for her last year, but going on to this year, I want some time to be able to create for myself as well as for my friends, and do a couple of swaps and stuff like that. So, and I did promise Julie that I will do a few more projects for her, even though I'm not creating for her, like not designing for her this year. But if things go well next year and I do have some more time, I'll be designing for Julie again next year for Craftsupplies1. So I'll share with you guys the package today that I received in the mail last year. So I kept them all in the box because I know I was going to be uploading this anyway. So the first item that Julie sent me are these beautiful, beautiful pearl trims. These are, I don't know how many millimeters they are, but they're really tiny. And I'll also be sharing two projects, two cards that I have, Shabby Chic cards that I have created using some of the trims from Julie's Etsy store. So this is what I've incorporated also into her project, my project, sorry, for Julie's Etsy store, and it's really, really beautiful. The first lot that she sent me, I used it all up, and I asked her to send me more, so she sent me quite a generous amount there. So thank you so much, Julie. It's so beautiful, very versatile, and just absolutely gorgeous. So she sent me those. She sent me some baubles. Okay, these are clear baubles, so these would be excellent to use for dangle charms, just for anything. So I'll pop the link to Julie's Etsy link down below so you guys can go have a look. It's beautiful. These will be great to hang on minis, make charms out of them. Lots of pretty stuff. So she sent me some trimmings also. Check out her store. She has beautiful laces and trims and lots of beads and pearls and stuff like that all the time. So isn't that gorgeous? I love this color. So that's my BFF Annie. She loves lavender. Hi Annie. These are beautiful. So it's like 2 rows, and this is more like a what you call it, like burlap type fabric, and then it's got this beautiful little small dainty heart trim on top. Really cute. And to match with those, let's show you the colors that are matching. Okay, so to match those flowers, we have some beautiful lilac flowers. I won't take them all out because they'll be hard to put them back in. You guys can have just a sneak peek there. Isn't that color just beautiful? Love that color. And she sent me a generous amount of that also. Beautiful. And then this is my first porcelain flowers ever. I've seen many on YouTube where people share these porcelain flowers, but at the moment I'm not really into paper crafting, and currently I'm just more into fabric and collages and stuff like that. So when my mojo gets back, I'll be creating with more paper and more all sorts of different kind of embellishments like these ones. So this is beautiful, and this matches that as well as the lace. So really gorgeous. And then you have the blue scented one. So thank you so much, Julie. Julie's just a wonderful person in general, and she, you know, to be able to put up with her is it's just awesome. And for not crafting or not sharing anything for Julie, like in the past six months, and she's just been really awesome, and she just listens to you and just takes a day at a time. So thank you so much, Julia, for being a wonderful shop owner and a wonderful person in general. So these are like a fuchsia color paper roses, really beautiful. And then we have these ones I don't have at all. Also, these are let me see, these are a fabric paper, not paper, they're fabric flowers with some kind of, not fibre, but fabric in the middle, and it's like a loopy flower. It's really cute, and they've got like a little diamante stud in the middle. Really lovely. You can shabby chic that up with a bit of white paint, so that it's not so bright. I don't use a lot of bright colours in my projects currently, but I'm sure that these will be beautiful, because pink, what girl doesn't like pink, eh? So we've got those, and then we've got some beautiful ruffle trim. I won't take it out of the bag completely like I mentioned. This is gorgeous, look at that. So I've got some vintage creamy white projects today, but I want to make some Marie inspired tags or cards also coming up soon. So these would be good, these beautiful colors that I can incorporate into those projects. So thank you so much, Julie, and she's always so generous, sends a lot. Then we go to the blue. We have the same one but in a blue color, which is lovely. I don't use a lot of blue, but I'm learning now to like different colors also, and blue is one of those colors that I have started to like also, as well as green. So I've been working with a lot of vintage greens at the moment, which is surprisingly, because I always say to my friends in racks and stuff like that, don't send me any greens or any navy, because I don't like those kind of colors. But it depends on the green, because I've been doing a lot of projects using green trims at the moment, and I'll be able to share those with you soon, and it's just so beautiful. I've actually completed, I've altered a box as well as a fabric journal to go inside that box, and I've altered, they're like a bigger size, and I've altered a smaller size box and a little fantasy, I'll say fantasy or fairy inspired fabric journal also to go with that little mini box that I've altered also. So a few projects coming soon, so it's just not the right moment to share with you guys. So once I do feel, or the moment the time is right, I'll share those with you guys. And we've got some blue paper roses also, really beautiful. And then we've got some beautiful pearl trim, lovely. We've got some blue pearl trim also. What else have we got in here? We've got some fuchsia coloured pearl trim. So Julie has lots and lots to choose from. I haven't had these colour lilies before. These are huge, and they're not, I don't know what you call these. They're not porcelain, I don't think. Or maybe they are porcelain, some sort of a clay maybe, or plastic. They're not like the fabric ones that I've worked with before, so which is unusual. And it will be very, not very, I mean it would be, I'll have to find some creative ideas to use these, because they would just be absolutely gorgeous, and they're just very similar to the other ones that I've used from Julie's store before. And here's a smaller size ones. Thank you so much, Julie. These are beautiful. I love these. Colour lilies always make any project very elegant, because the colours just blends everything together. What else have we got here? We've got some lace, some more lace. This is a teeny tiny one. It's a pink one, and it's got little hearts, scallop edge, and it's got little hearts in there also. So cute. Thank you, Julie. What else have we got? We've got some charms. Wow, I love charms, and Julie's has beautiful charms that you can incorporate into your projects. This one's like a little fairy. Can you guys see that? Really pretty. It's like a little fairy in a moon or a crescent. Stellar moon. So that's really pretty, and she sent me a good amount too. Thank you so much, Julie. And we've got some, I forgot the name. The bicycles. What do they call these? I've lost it. I can't even remember what they call these now. Penny something. Penny farthing? I can't remember. Penny something. But they're the big wheel bicycles. Yay, thank you so much. And I got a whole heap of them here to play with. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. You're too kind. And there's the keys. Love keys. So if you don't like the color, you can alcoholic ink them. This is a really bright gold, so I might tone it down to like a gunmetal or a copper. I like copper a lot. This is really bright gold, so you can use the alcoholic inks on these. So thank you so much. Scissors are beautiful. And we've got a whole bag of bobbles and trims. Lots of bobbles, not trims, bobbles and what do you call it, bee caps and little flower metal caps, bee caps and stuff like that. You can use for stick pins. Look at that one. Isn't that beautiful? What a big size. That one inside of that one. Then put a little stick pin in there. And voila, you've got a stick pin. There's butterflies. There's bobbles. There's just all sorts of things. So Julie's store is wonderful because she has a wide variety of things for you to choose from. Heaps to play with. So that's that bag of goodies. Thank you, Julie. And we have this kind of like a mesh bling type thing. I don't know the word that you will call this exactly also, because this is the first that I've got this. So thank you, Julie. And look how sparkly that is. So wow. So it's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid on top. It's really dimensional. So thank you so much for sending that one also, Julie. And last of all, we've got, what color is this? A cross between, according to my eyes, they are a cross between, I know it's probably like a baby pink, but it's a little bit purpley inside too, but let's call it a baby pink. Isn't it beautiful? Mesh bling. It's so shiny too. You can get a lot of mesh blings that's not shiny at all, and I don't like those. These ones are really shiny. So thank you, Julie. Love it. It's the first time I've got that color too. The ones I've bought from Julie before are like a hot pink and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Julie, for these wonderful goodies to play with. Oh, thank you. I can never thank you enough. And I do apologize, like I mentioned, for taking so long to design something for your shop. I've just got so much to do. Without saying too much more, I will share with you guys 2 cards I have made. Shabby Chic cards that I have made using some items from Julie's Etsy store. Okay, here we have 2 beautiful, gorgeous cards that I have made or created just last night, both of these. So it didn't take long whatsoever. Sometimes if I don't do something, I don't do it. When I do it, I want to complete it then and there, so that I get it done, because once I don't finish it, I never come around to finishing it. So I wolfed these 2 up last night, and they're absolutely beautiful. These images are all off Pinterest, or you can look up them on Google and stuff like that, but I think mainly all my pictures are from Pinterest. If you follow me on Pinterest, there is a printable like a printable board with printables on it that has a wide variety of images on there, and there's like vintage children, vintage ladies and stuff like that, and you will be able to save them to the computer and you'll be able to print them. So I've just saved these into my computer, and I've was able to print these and just onto paper, because it's just a card. If I was doing like a mini album, stuff like that, I would probably print them onto fabric. So that's my first one. Let me zoom in and share with you what I have done with this card. Okay, this is the first card that I have completed. It's so beautiful, so vintage, so shabby at the same time. I love working with fabric, like I mentioned to Julie at the moment. So like I mentioned to her, you know, if she's got a lot of crochet, embroidery, cotton, any kind of laces like that, you know, do include them in my next package, which is probably next year, because I'd love to create projects like this for her, just using all the trims that she has in her store. It makes it really hard for me to create for somebody, for like a shop like Julie's Craftsupplies1 shop, when, you know, I only have limited supplies, because she stocks mainly a lot of color and stuff like that. And when I want to create something unique like this, I want to, once I design for somebody, I want to create, like, use everything from her store to create, you know, like a card like this. So I've mentioned that to Julie's, and I said to her, you know, when I do create a project, I want everything to be from that particular store, but I was very limited with the supplies from Julie's craft store, because I haven't been designing for her for quite some time now, and she has got more craft supplies and stuff like that in her store. And because I haven't been designing for her, I haven't been getting any of the packages that might include other trims and stuff like that. They might be white or cream, and I've only been using what I have received previously from Julie. So I was able to create or find a few things that's white or cream that I can match with this theme that I'm going with here. So hopefully next year when I do design for Julie, she will be able to have more of what I can incorporate, like wholesome or everything that I'll be using into a project from Julie's Etsy store. If you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So a lot of the embellishments are from my stash only that you see here, and I will share with you guys what I have used. That's from Craftsupplies1 on Etsy also. So without saying too much more, I'll share with you guys what I have used first. So I've used this gimp trim here. I'll put a little bit here and a little bit on the side here also. And it's what they call like a Chinese braid or a gimp trim. It just looks like that, just white. Sorry about the glare in the background, it's just really bright, but it's beautiful. And you can, because it's white, you can ink it in any color you like, so it's really, really versatile. And I used the pearl trims that I mentioned to you guys. I love, love, love. I used that also on the bottom here, really, really beautiful, and also on the inside of the card here also, running across the little pocket that I've created there. So beautiful, and it's a good size. So if you haven't got these before, run to Julie's store and grab some. If she's sold out, just message her. I'm sure she will always get them back in. The other items that I used from Julie's store are these beautiful mulberry paper roses. Let me zoom in. I've put 3 here behind these appliques that I've used from my stash, and they're like a creamy ivory sort of color with the little green leaves. They're so beautiful. I think they're about a 1mm or a 1.5mm, and I've added 3 there, and I've added 1 on this lady's head feature here. Behind this flower, she has like a rose in her hair, but I wanted to make it dimensional, so I added this little beautiful applique at the back, and then this another one of those beautiful white roses on top there. The roses came in like a 4 color combo pack like this. Let me zoom in, sorry for zooming in and out. My camera doesn't autofocus, so I'm making you guys dizzy. I do apologize. So they came in like in a combo pack like this, and the ones I used were this cream color, and you can also get this like a mocha color, this green color, and this like a deeper creamy color there. It looks like tea dye. It's so beautiful. So like I mentioned, if you want to purchase any of these from Julie's store and she's sold out, just message her. I'm sure she will always get them back in, but it's really beautiful. I love mulberry paper roses. They're very versatile, and you can use them in any project, and these color tones go with mainly any project at all, so they're really beautiful. So they're the 3 projects that I have used for this card for my design project. For the basis of the card, I used, you can use any sort of cardstock. It's more like a 6x6. I used this one here. It's like a pearlescent or pearlized card that I purchased from Kmart. If you guys remember my haul a while ago that I shared with you guys, it's already cut, so I don't have to buy any cardstock or anything like that. And you get 10 for about $3. So paper here in Australia is not very cheap. It's very expensive. So for me, $3 is already cut. I just go ahead and use it. So from there, I just use that as my base. But before I stuck everything down, this particular picture just kind of like looks like this, okay? And then depending on what sort of embellishments I want to put on it, things behind it or stuff like that, I wanted to give it a bit of dimension. As you can see there, it's kind of like round because I put wadding at the back of this particular image. I cut a piece of wadding the same size or smaller at the back, and then I just hot glued it onto the back of my image there. And then from there, depending on what I want to ruffle on top, because this is all done on my sewing machine. Once I stuck the wadding at the back, on my sewing machine, I just like gather some laces or some muslin, whatever kind of trim that you want to put on your card. So I just ruffle that, and then with the wadding at the back, I sewn it on my sewing machine. And then I added here just some lace scraps from my stash also. I just sewn that onto this side, and then some other different lace trims. So it's just like a different beautiful collage. And once you've sewn all the trims on, it just puffs your picture up like that, because you've got the wadding in the back and you're sewing it down. So it just makes it really dimensional and really beautiful, and to touch. You can do it with fabric, but it's just a card, so I just made it with paper. So it's soft to touch because it's got the wadding, the thick padding at the back there. It's only a thin wadding also. It's not the thick quarter ones, it's slightly thin. I think it's only like 2 millimeters or something like that. I don't know the dimensions of the wadding, but it's only a thin one. Slightly thicker than felt, just slightly thicker. You can use felt if you want, but felt is very thin. It doesn't have that puffiness like pillows do. So I sewn all that around, and then I went on to layering just different laces and trims from my stash onto the card. I added beautiful flower appliques from my stash also up here and up here. Crochet flowers here and here, and vintage mother of pearl buttons. Just more laces from my stash, cotton laces also. I use calico as my base. Calico, you guys call it muslin in your country, but we call it calico here. Muslin in our country is more like this type of thing, like cheesecloth, really thin. I don't know if you guys call it cheesecloth, but this type of thing, like really fray like that, we call it muslin. That's called muslin in Australia, but this is not muslin. This is called calico in Australia, but you guys might call it muslin in the States. So that is my first card. Just added different laces and trims from my stash, like I remember. The inside again is lined with calico or muslin. I didn't iron or anything because I like the the tattered sort of look, the old age sort of look. I just made this pocket out of vintage doilies, and then I hot glued these two Chinese braid or gimp, I don't know what you call it, Chinese braid maybe, from Julie's Etsy store also here. Really beautiful. Onto the side there, just some trims from my stash there and there. This lace I just slid it and then just make it like a little ruffle down there, and added the pearl trims from Julie's store. These ones here, really pretty again, and that just forms a pocket that whoever I'm going to give this card to, that will hold this extra image for her to use, or as a tag even. So, and this I've just used 300 GSM cardstock, just matte cardstock. Use a border punch on the edge, some more trims from my stash, doily flowers on both corners just to accent the space where I'm going to put my message. So it's really beautiful. So that's my first card. This is my second card. Very similar set out but slightly different again. The image I printed off Pinterest, like I mentioned, I ruffled. This time I ruffled, like I mentioned, what we call here muslin onto here. It frays really well, and it's just so beautiful. So I stitched that around here, and on this side here I use this really tiny lace from my stash. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. No, oh here, it looks like that. It's really tiny like that. I sewn that on that side, and across here I used this braid from Julie's store again, the pearl trim from Julie's store, and the same 3 gorgeous roses from Julie's store here also. It's just really beautiful. Some appliques from my stash, some pearl trims from my stash also, and some hessian. You guys call it burlap, we call it hessian here in Australia. It's slightly thicker than hessian, burlap I mean. Some lace at the top here. I tea dyed some soft tulle, and then I just tucked that underneath here while I was stitching it also. They gave it this really beautiful textured look on the side there. Some laces from my stash there also. This is for the base of the card. It's the same pearlized card also that I've purchased from Kmart there. And then I use this fabric like doily on top. It goes all the way across, but because I've embellished this so much you can't see the bottom of it, so it was kind of like a waste anyways, but it just adds texture to my page, like it adds dimension because it's thick. And that's the back of this card. It's really lovely. I love this doily. It's really beautiful. Maybe not a doily, it's like a tablecloth or a little placemat type thing. So that's the inside of this one. Very similar set out, but not exactly the same again. A different sort of doily in here, the same gimp trim or braided trim, the same pearl trim across there also, and it holds the beautiful image that I used at the front in this little pocket here. Again, I've lined it with calico, and here I've used this beautiful wing charm that's from Julie's Etsy store also on that particular one. I love charms, and it looks like this. My battery is flashing, so I'm like trying to hurry up. Like that, really beautiful. Love. I love this color. It's so vintage. So I added that on the top. More Martha Stewart punches onto 300 GSM cardstock, lace trims from my stash here and here. And that pretty much completes my beautiful Shabby Chic card. So I hope you guys like my project, and thank you so much, Julie. I hope to create a few more projects for you again before I get really busy with spring and summer. Love you guys. Bye bye.